Oh no, dude. You can see this right here, right? When you pull this out, guys, take a look at this. Oh, wow. So let's go ahead and flip this over and see what we're gonna get for the design. 3, 2, 1. Dude. Hello everybody and welcome back to Quin Coins, your home for treasure hunting of all kinds. So today I am finally back with Kevin for another coin roll hunting competition hunt, and today we're going to be completely changing it up from all of the videos in the past.
Guys, it's been a long time since Ryan and I have been able to make a video together. This should be a good time. I'm excited to get into it, and especially because of this. That's right, today we're doing quarters.
So now that the coin shortage is over, I was finally able to get a box of quarters, brought it home so that we could go through this together and actually do a coin roll hunting competition with quarters for the very first time. Alright, so here is our $500 box of quarters. You can see we had a seal on it that was broken so we could take a look at the enders. Let's open it up and see what we have inside. As you can see, we have a loose quarter, which was kind of weird to see, but for the most part, this is just normal rolls. A lot of 2020s in there, a lot of opportunities for West Point coins. Kevin, do you know what we're gonna be looking for in these rolls today?
To be completely honest, I really don't. I haven't looked at the quarter series in a long time. I know the West Point's been doing a whole bunch of crazy stuff with all these really new and interesting coins coming out in circulation. But other than that, I mean, I really don't know what I'm looking for besides silver, so it should be interesting.
All right, so I actually made a list of stuff that we can look for here today and assigned some point values as we usually do. So we can take a look at those. We're gonna be looking for the Bicentennial 1976 quarters. This is probably what we're gonna be finding the most of. These don't really have any additional value, but they are pretty cool to see, and we're gonna say those are worth 5 points a piece. Now, like you were saying, Kevin, with the West Point quarters, those are 2019 and 2020 quarters, and if you can get that W mint mark on the backside, you have a West Point quarter. Those are very rare, and for that reason, they're going to be having a point value of 50 points. Proof quarters, as you know, have a San Francisco mint mark on the back. Those are going to be worth 25 points if you can snag one. And then, of course, you have your silver Washington quarters, silver Staying Liberty quarters, and silver Barber quarters with 50, 100, and 200 points each. Those are going to be insanely difficult to find. We're also going to be looking for foreign coins, and Canadian coins will be worth 2 points a piece. Those do show up quite often. Okay, so we just got the rolls divided up, 25 a piece, and we are now done with this box. Let's go ahead and jump right into these rolls. All right, so here we go, jumping into the first roll. Unfortunately, I forgot my tripod at home, so I'm gonna be holding the camera today. I think it should work though. I'll just have to work on my one-handed abilities. So as far as enders go, Kevin, do you have anything interesting over there on that side?
On my first roll here, it looks like a 2020 design. Guys, there's so many designs in these new quarters. It's gonna be crazy seeing all these new designs, but nothing too spectacular.
Yeah, I had a bunch of those uncirculated, and I was looking for the West Points, but I wasn't able to find one. The weird thing about this one that I had like a space in here, and I think that that's where that quarter came out of, but we'll see if something else comes out of it. I don't know how you end up with a quarter on the outside of the box, so I will be interested to see.
Do all 2019s and all 2020s have a chance of getting the West Point? Or is
That's right.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
they were mixed into the Philadelphia and Denver rolls, so we may, yeah, you could get them in circulation. You also have a really good chance if you get the uncirculated rolls of getting them. So let me take a look at my first roll. I'm gonna just look for silver real quick on these edges here. I'm not seeing that space that I was talking about earlier. Let's see what you got over here on your side, Kevin.
Guys, this is the first quarter roll I've ever opened in a coin roll hunt.
Let's take a look at this. We got a 2020 right there. No West Point though, unfortunately.
Oh, I got a Bicentennial.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, so there's the first points on the board, I think.
Yep, that's right. Kevin strikes first. The 1976 Bicentennial quarter. We call them Drummer Boy quarters. Yeah. And that one is a Denver mint mark. Like we said, these aren't really worth anything over face value unless you have a really good condition one. They're just fun to collect, and I like to collect them. Yeah. So
I remember pulling those out when I was a really little kid.
Yeah, we used to make whole entire rolls of them, didn't we?
I think so.
Yep. All right, I don't think I really have anything else in my roll, and I just realized I'm going through these with the non-gloved hand. I gotta fix that. But yeah, that's it for me. It looks like Kevin's gonna go up 5-0 on this one. We're gonna go ahead and get into roll number 2 and let you know if we get anything good. All right, guys, so I am about 5 rolls in now, and I just struck my first points on the board right there with a Bicentennials, just like Kevin's. Actually, this one is a Philadelphia mint mark. Kevin's was a Denver. You can see we don't have any mint mark there to the right of the bust of Washington, but that is 5 points for me right there. And another thing that I pulled out here, I just wanted to check this one. Those Wisconsin quarters, if you don't know, they do have an error on them that's called the extra leaf, and there's actually 2 different varieties. There's high and low. I'll put a picture up on the screen for you so you can see what to look for. I've never been able to find one. They're actually pretty difficult to find, but I always check my Wisconsin quarters because those things go for like $100, so definitely want to be on the lookout for those. Kevin, you got anything going on over here?
Nothing too special. I did just pull this as you
Salt River Bay, very nice.
Let's see what we got here. Nope, just a Philadelphia.
Yeah, those are pretty plentiful apparently in my area. The Salt River Bay, I've been finding quite a few of those.
I can't help myself from pulling out the 1965s just because they look so close to silver.
Oh, is that what you got going on over here?
65s.
Very nice. I haven't found one yet. I've been finding 67, 68. Very close to silver, but not quite there. Hopefully we can get a silver out of this box here today, though. That would be awesome. All right, so the score is currently tied up 5-5, and we're going into roll number 6 or 7. All right, guys, so I'm about 10 rolls in, and I think we're gonna have some more points on the board in this roll right here. You can see the one that looks different. It's on the far right here. Almost came out as an ender, and I think this is probably just going to be a Canadian, but there is always a chance that we have a really nice shiny silver coin right there. So let's go ahead and pull this one out. Either way, there's going to be points on the board, and you can see that looks very, very different from the rest of them. Yep, as you can see, very, very shiny Canadian. This one's going to be almost brand new, I think. The year on that's probably going to be within the last 5 years or so. Let's take a look. I was close. It's a 2014. So that's a very new Canadian right there. I also actually have another ender right here. Or not an ender, just an edge that I wanted to take a look at. This is a pretty old-looking Washington, 66 on that one. Maybe pulled that out of the ground. But what did we say Canadians were worth? I think I lost the
2 points.
We'll get it over here. Yep, 2 points for the Canadians. So I go up 7 points to Kevin's 5. Do you have any other recent discoveries over there, Kevin?
2 more 65s.
Oh, very nice.
I'm putting together a roll there.
Yeah, I bet you'll probably get one out of there by the end. All right, so the Canadian 2014 is going to be going into the pile over here with the Bicentennial. That brings me up 2 points to Kevin's 5. With that being said, let's get on to the next one. Let's take a look at this, guys. Just a couple rolls later, and I popped out another really nice looking Bicentennial here. Take a look at this coin. Just in phenomenal shape, as you can see. Very shiny. Let's flip it over. Oh, I guess we can already see. We don't have to flip it over. We have a Denver mint mark on that. Almost looks clean. It's very, very shiny. And it's definitely has some wear on it, but it's still shiny. So that's why it kind of comes off as looking a little bit clean, possibly. But yeah, that's a nice find right there. It's going to bring me up 5 more points. So I'm now at 12, and Kevin is at 5.
Let's see that. Which one was it?
This one right here, yep. So let's go through the rest of this roll, just kind of give you guys a little sneak peek into my process here. All of the state quarters, which you can tell are different than the older ones. You can see we have a big difference in the way that Jefferson looks. Oh, you got something over here?
Tying up the score a little bit here. I just pulled out my second Bicentennial quarter. Not quite as nice as Ryan's, but...
Well, they all count the same as far as our score sheet is concerned. So that's going to bring you up to 10, and I am at 12, just barely ahead.
Yeah, looks like that's a Philadelphia. Whoops.
And let's bring it back over here. So like I was saying, I am just basically going to check every mint mark on the state quarters. It's probably not a bad idea to check just every mint mark in general, because you always want to be on the lookout for a San Francisco mint that I have found before, and almost just by happenstance. Got to check the 2020s and the 2019s for the West Point mint mark, but as you can see here, we just got a Denver mint mark on that.
Have you ever found a West Point in a roll?
I have, and it was actually on the end of the roll. It was coming up, and you could actually see the W.
Really?
So it made me think that they were a lot easier to find than they really are. I haven't been able to find any since, but with that being said, guys, let's get on to the next roll.
Alright guys, so this is something that we forgot to mention at the beginning of the video, but there's actually a Bicentennial ender on one of these rolls, and it just so happened that I was the one who picked it out of the box. So as you can see right there, a nice little Bicentennial on the end.
Yeah, totally forgot that that was even there, and I didn't even remember that that was there when I made the score sheet. I guess that's good for you, Kevin, because you ended up getting that one.
No silver.
Nothing too crazy. But yeah, there it is on the end. That's actually going to put you in the lead.
Alright.
With 15 points to my 12. Alright, guys, check this out. Just pulled this roll open. And you can see we have a what looks to be a Canadian coin here, but I think it's pretty worn down. And I think we may have the possibility for Canadian silver. So let's take a look at what we have here. Oh no, it's definitely not going to be Canadian silver. More like Canadian steel.
It's another one of those old heads.
Yeah, it
kind
of looks. It's 2007. I believe that's going to be made of steel. It's not much older than that 2014 I found earlier, but it is going to give me 2 more points, bringing the score very close. It's actually 14-15 now. So things are definitely.
I just found something interesting here. That's something I haven't seen in the box so far. Check this out.
What do you got?
In my hand right here. It's got a hole in it.
Oh, what the heck?
Yeah, it's like looks like a really nicely drilled hole, drilled with a drill press or something.
It's almost perfect. I've never found a whole quarter before.
I know you can like put a string on this and like put it down a vending machine or something. Try to get a free soda or something like that.
I wonder if that still works these days.
I don't know.
All right, well, 14-15, very close score, guys. With that being said, let's get into the next roll. Oh, hey, there we go. Just got another Bicentennial, guys. Let's take a look. So we are on the very next roll now. Just popped it open, and this one fell out, as you can see here, guys. We got another Bicentennial. That's going to give me 5 more points, putting me at 19 to Kevin's 15. So finally taking that lead once again.
Whoa.
What's that?
This is crazy.
Oh, that might have been the one with the gap.
Oh, is that what you're looking at?
I think that might have actually been the one, yeah. I saw a roll that had a gap in it. I think you actually got it, Kevin. Let's take a look.
So I just popped this roll open and I saw something I haven't seen before. Look at that big gap right there. And I looked down in there. I think there's a US dime in there.
I thought it was a nickel at first. Yeah, that's definitely a dime.
So we got shorted there.
So Kevin, what do we want to count the dime for? That's definitely not on our list.
I don't know, is that -15?
I mean, we've done stuff like that in the past, but that seems a little unfair.
Seems like a harsh punishment for a dime.
Yeah, I think maybe we just ignore it.
Alright, sounds good to me.
Alright, so I heard you have a Bicentennial over there.
Yep, so out of the exact same row, I got a really crusty looking Bicentennial.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Looks like that's a Denver, so hey, it still counts. And then I got this really shiny 2020, what does that say? Marsh Billings Rockefeller.
That's not one I've seen maybe even ever.
Let's see if we got a W on this bad boy. Doesn't look like it. That would have been nice though. Look at how nice
be a
that is.
Denver. You usually find the Philadelphias though, so Denver's a good sign. Maybe we're gonna have some variety in these 2020s. So that's gonna bring you up, Kevin, to 20 points. You're over my 19 right now.
Right.
A lot of lead changes in this particular hunt. So that score is 20-19. With that being said, let's go ahead and get on to the next. So guys, without even really moving at all, I think this is the same roll I got one out of earlier. We actually have a Bicentennial with a little bit of color this time around. We got a little bit of that red ink on there, and it's also on the front side as well. So that's going to be another lead change within not even 15 seconds. I'm going up to 24 points to Kevin's 20.
You got a Salt River there too.
Oh, Salt River Bay,
No.
and it's going to be a Philadelphia. That's usually what they come out as for me. So, all right, let's get on to the next. That's shiny. Oh no, dude!
You found a W?
I did,
Really?
dude. Did you hear what I said? I was like, "Whoa, that's shiny."
Yeah, I heard you say
I
that.
thought that was gonna be a proof or something, and this could just very well as be.
A proof
It could
W.
very well be a Philadelphia or a Denver. They really shouldn't be any different. But
Wait.
when I pulled this out, you can see this right here, right?
What do you mean in Philadelphia or Denver?
Well, I'm just saying that it could be a Philadelphia or a Denver. It's just a
Oh, I
new
see.
coin. It's not any thicker or anything. It's not like a proof. But when you pull this out, guys, take a look at this.
Oh wow.
Holy crap!
It looks to be of higher quality too, like maybe a
does.
little bit of a better strike.
And you
on
can
it.
actually tell that this is going to be a 2020 West Point coin. The last one I found was 2020 as well. You
Okay.
can see we have a little mark right there, that V75. Let me try to zoom in on that for you.
Oh really?
So that is actually they call it the Privy Mark,
Right.
and it signifies the 75th anniversary of victory in World War II. So it's actually pretty cool that they put that on there. It tells us that we have a 2020 instead of a 2019. So let's go ahead and flip this over and see what we're gonna get for the design. Actually, on the last one that I found, it was this right here, the American Samoa National Park. And here we have, this is definitely a 2020. Let's see what we're gonna get, guys. 3, 2, 1. And look at
Nice.
that, just like we saw earlier, Marsh Billings Rockefeller. This one is probably the least well-known 2020 coin. Let me know down in the comments below if you have found a West Point quarter in this design. I have really not heard of them. Most of them that I've seen are either the American Samoa or the Salt River Bay. So this is very, very interesting to see come out.
I didn't know they put that Prairie mark on there for the World War II significance. I know they made some silver eagles with those.
Oh, did they?
Those are going for like insane premiums right now.
And those are just 2020s, right?
Right, yeah.
That makes sense. You can't do that on any other year. But that is so cool, guys. I really wasn't expecting to find one today, just because I know that they're so difficult. I had 10 rolls of uncirculated and couldn't find a single one, but I've only been able to find them in circulation like this so far. Unbelievable. That is going to probably put me over the top here. What did we say these are worth? We got the West Points at 50 points, so that's going to give me 74 points to Kevin's 20.
Plus I've got one right here.
Yeah, let's see it.
No.
Just a Denver. I don't know. Do you think that there's a difference in quality between this and like a regular 2020?
I mean, it's probably just biased because we think it's more special, but it does look to be like a stronger strike.
Yeah, it does, and it looked like it from the side too when I was pulling that out. Very, very nice, guys. 2020 West Point. Awesome, awesome coin right there. So that's going to bring us up to 74 points. Oh man, I think we got this one in the bag unless Kevin can get a West Pointer.
We'll see.
Or a silver. If you can get a silver, that'd
be awesome.
That's the same thing. Alright guys, with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the next roll.
I did get this insanely shiny one though. I thought it was going to be the same situation as yours with the, you know, you just kind of picked... Oh, okay. Got a Bicentennial.
Same.
There for a second, but unfortunately it wasn't. I did pull out Bicentennial. Whoa, look at that.
Let's see it.
What's going on there?
Oh, a lot of corrosion for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a whole bunch over here on my side too of the just the shiny ones, and they were all, I think, Salt River Bay, and then some of the ones that you just had there. None of them were W's though, so I think that does confirm it. They do, you know, all of the new coins look the same.
Yeah.
Until you look at the mint mark, you gotta be looking out for that West Point. I also did get a Bicentennial over here on this side, so that's gonna bring us both up 5 points. That brings me up to 79, and Kevin, you are now at 25, so still quite a big gap in there, but it's definitely doable if you can find a 50-point coin, either a silver quarter or another West Point out of this box. Then you definitely have a chance.
Let's make it happen.
Yeah, let's keep looking and see what we can find. Oh, there's a 2020 right there. It's gonna be the American Samoas, just the Philadelphia though. All right, guys, on to the next.
All right, so we're kind of getting to the end of the box here, and I just pulled out this really beat up and gross Bicentennial quarters, so that will count for 5 more points for me, but unfortunately not too close to closing the gap. I have, however, been pulling out these pretty nice toners. Oh, that's actually the same coin. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, you can see
maybe from the same roll.
It's really nice gold toning on there. I thought
both
that was
Denvers as well.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting. Oh, I got a Canadian. I didn't even realize
what the heck?
Oh wow, how did I not realize that from the edge? That actually looks like an American silver quarter.
It does look a little bit, and it's a little bit older as well.
It's 1994.
Let's get a zoom in on that. There's the obverse. Let's flip it over to the Caribou, and there's the 1994. I guess, I don't know, which one is the obverse? I think that's the reverse.
The date is the obverse.
Is that right? I thought the obverse was always
known.
I always thought it was like the obverse would have the portrait, you know,
yeah.
of the human, not the caribou. But anyway, let us know down in the comments below. I'm sure we have some Canadian viewers who can help us out there.
That's a little concerning. Don't know how I missed that.
Yeah, I think you need to get your eyes checked, Kevin.
Maybe.
All right, so that's going to be another 2 points. Puts you at 37.
All right,
and I'm still at 79. Haven't moved in quite a while. Let's keep looking and see what else we can get. Ooh, look at that. First of all, I mean, we got a lot of shiny coins here, but...
What are you looking at?
Oh, come on. You can see that. Just like we were talking about, Kevin. Come on. Okay, yeah, definitely. I think this is probably going to be similar. We can see, guys, we have a silvery looking coin right here. Definitely looks more Canadian than anything. And you can tell they're a little tiny bit smaller than the American ones. Let's go ahead and pull this one out and see what we get for a date. Oh, actually, Kevin, this one looks like it's going to be a little bit older.
Okay.
I mean, when you see that, obverse or reverse or whatever it is,
definitely.
well, you do have a chance for silver. So let's take a look at the year on this to determine that. Oh, Kevin, look at that. It's 1968.
Whoa.
And that's exactly what I was talking about.
That's the transition year.
That is the transition year. So about half of these are 50% silver and half of them are almost completely nickel. The only way we're going to be able to tell is if we have a magnet. So do you have a magnet sitting around here anywhere, Kevin?
Not that I can think of, unfortunately.
I think we might be able to go grab one out of the closet real quick. I'll look around and we'll see if we can figure out if this is silver or not. What do you think? Just kind of feeling it out there.
It doesn't have tremendous weight to it, which is what I was feeling for, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, typically when you find these in rolls, they're not the silver variety, but there is a chance, so we're going to grab that magnet. Basically, this is the easiest test you can possibly do. If it sticks to the magnet, it's not silver. If it doesn't stick, it is silver. So we'll get that and get right back to you. So Kevin, earlier I was looking for the tripod in the closet. Couldn't find any type of tripod, but I did find these little magnetics toys that are actually really useful in these situations. So the moment of truth, let's see if it's going to stick, guys. 3, 2, 1. Unfortunately, it does stick, which means it's not silver. It is still going to be worth 2 points, though, bringing me up to 81 points to Kevin's 37. And that is definitely making this a very interesting box. We've got a lot of interesting stuff coming out so far. You can actually see the scratch on the front of that. That sort of gave it away that this wasn't going to be silver. I typically find these, and people put a scratch on them basically to say, hey, this is not silver.
Oh, so, is that right?
Yeah, I see this all the time. And so, yeah, that's definitely not going to be silver, but definitely cool to find. We have quite the variety of Canadian coins up there. How many do you have? One over here as well, right?
I should have 2.
Oh, no,
right just
there.
the one,
actually.
actually.
You have the 94. Yeah. And I got the 2014, I think it's 2009 or something, or 2007, and the 1968. So with that being said, guys, it looks like we have about 7 more rolls to go, including this one. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into the next.
Okay, it looks like I've got another Canadian here, or just some silver edge that might actually be silver.
That definitely looks like something right there. Let's take a look at that. Kevin, what do you have?
I think I'm starting to be able to tell what's silver and what's Canadian, because that edge just has a clad look to it, even though it's pure like that silver look. So let's go ahead and pull it out here.
Oh, I'm missing it.
Whoops.
There it is.
All right, 1982, so it is a little bit older. I think the last one I had was 94.
Yep, and there's that side. So we have a nice range of dates here. I think all we're missing is the 70s at this point.
Yeah.
So lots of Canadians in this box. That's going to bring you up 2 more points, putting you at 39 to my 81. And I just got through that last roll, didn't find anything of note, so we'll just keep moving on to the next. All right, guys, we're down to our last roll now. The current score is 39 for Kevin, 81 for Quinn. We have a few additions that we found in the last few rolls. Kevin got 1 additional Bicentennial, and I was actually to pull out 3 additional Bicentennials. So Kevin's going to be going up 5 points. That's going to bring him up to 44. And then I'm going to be going up 15. That's going to give me 96. So now what's going to happen is I'm going to be opening my last roll to see if anything crazy comes out. Kevin's going to be filming that, and then once that's over, I'll film him opening his last roll to see if anything crazy can come out that's going to possibly give him an edge over 96. So we'll go ahead and do that now. So here is my last roll right here. Kevin, if you want to grab that for me.
Yep.
And we'll just get right into this. Let's move this pen out of the way. And we'll see if we have any more Canadians come out. I think this is the most Canadians that I've ever seen come out of this amount of quarters before. Not seeing any in that, so we'll just go ahead and dump it. I do see quite a few shiny coins, like for instance this one right here. This was an ender. And so we'll flip that over to see if we got the W. Nope, don't have it there. This is probably going to be a pretty uneventful last roll. I'm not really seeing a ton of craziness here. That's a Salt River Bay.
Alright, come on, pull us seated.
Yeah, right. I didn't see anything on the enders, or the edges rather, so probably not. There's a Denver. Lots and lots of 2020s. Some 2019s in here as well, so we definitely have some chances to get some of that good stuff. But getting down to the end of this roll, looks like it's going to be a pretty uneventful roll for me. So I will grab that from you now. Let's take a look at your last roll right here. So here it is. This is your last chance. You're looking for that silver edge, possibly a West Point. I think you'd still need a couple more, at least a Canadian or something to get you ahead.
Even if I got the 50 point.
Yeah, even if you got the 50 points. But
so like I was saying, guys, this is my first quarter box I've ever hunted.
And how are you liking it so far?
It's a bit uneventful, I'm not gonna lie. So there's a 65 right there. We'll pull it out because we have been for some reason.
Just to see how many there are.
Looks like that's a newer one, 2019.
Oh yeah. That's a pretty cool design.
Yeah, I like that design.
I was able to find a proof of that on one of my first quarter boxes, so that's why you always got to keep your eye out for those S mints.
87, 74.
Coming down to the last ones. Oh,
there's a Bicentennial.
So we got some points coming out at the end here. We're not skunked. That's good to see. But it looks like coming down to the end, I'm not seeing anything else. So Kevin, you're going to be going up to 49. If I hadn't found that West Point coin, I think you would have won. You would have had 99, and I would have had, well, you would have had 49, and I would have had 46. So it looks like that West Point coin is definitely the one that's pushing us over the edge here. This is definitely the best find of the entire hunt. It actually beats Kevin's entire score just on its own. So it's kind of funny to see. What did we learn out of this hunt? I would say there's lots of Bicentennials out there that made up the majority of our score. The Canadians are fun to find, but it is pretty easy to tell what is Canadian and what is not. And I'll actually show you, Kevin. We didn't really flip over the placemats too much in this video, but if you go over to this side, we actually have the edge pictures. So these are the dimes, these are the quarters, and then these are the half dollars. And these are the types of edges that you're going to want to be looking for when you're going through your quarter rolls. Obviously, we saw a lot of clad today. Didn't see any silver, but we did see a lot of this. And you can actually see that there's a slight variation between, I don't know what you call these little divots on the edge of the coin between the Canadian and the silver. These ones are a little bit rounder and they kind of get rounded off towards the edge, whereas on the silver coins it just kind of goes straight through. So we definitely were able to see that today. And like I said, they are a little bit smaller than the American coins. So overall, this was a really fun hunt.
Did get a couple toners here at the end that I thought were pretty cool. You can see this one. Unfortunately, I think that these are both artificial. I can see someone putting these like in an oven or something, just trying to get these really crazy colors.
Wow, but, that one for sure.
Yeah, definitely. That's definitely artificial. But we did get this really nice natural toning one here. I mean, just take a look at this insane toning. That green.
Oh my gosh.
You'll never see hues of green like that on a naturally toned quarter before. So
and that was an ender too.
Yeah, that was an ender.
Yeah, I think we might have forgot to show that, but nice greeny. We got some red as well. And we're getting in the Christmas spirit over here, so
for sure. So overall, for my first box of quarters, it's not exactly what I was expecting or hoping for. There wasn't really anything too eventful. We found that one W mint quarter that was super cool, a bunch of Bicentennials, but no silver. That's kind of what I was looking for.
Yeah.
But maybe next time, we'll see.
Definitely a lot of fun though. I like doing it, and I think Kevin, you might be saying something different if you were the one to find.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Yep. All right. Well, maybe we'll get one in the next one. But until then, guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to go down below and leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new, because I post new videos like this every single week. Always bring you along with hunts and having a good time. And as always, I'm Quinn, and this is Quin Coins signing out. And I will see you in the next one.
See you guys.